Good morning, everybody. Today is April 15th, Wednesday. Let's take a look at what's on the agenda for today. Our daily planner is the best place to start, so we're going to look at that. First things first, for math today, you do have a Chapter 4 assessment. Make sure that you have all of your missing assignments turned in by today, please. We are going to take the summative Unit 4 assessment and be done with Unit 4 today. Afterwards, starting on Thursday and Friday, we are going to begin Chapter 5. So it would be great to have everything completed by the end of today, and then we can start fresh with Unit 5 on Thursday. We're going to continue working on that Wonder Bubble. I hope everybody listened to the directions page for the Wonder Bubble, because this is a super guide into helping you understand more about this week's Wonder Bubble on who were the Loyalists and the Patriots. If you went there, you would have noticed that you are supposed to continue to take notes for your Wonder Bubble and use that exact same note-taking sheet that is provided for you that you are also using in social studies as well. That Road to the Revolution note-taking sheet is posted both in social studies and in your Wonder Bubble resources. You'll notice that for the Wonder Bubble, you also have Chapter 11 that you're focusing on for your Wonder Bubble. So when you pull up your notes, you'll see Cornell Notes Revolutionary War Chapter 10. But if you scroll down, you'll see that the Cornell notes for Chapter 11 are on that second page. And that's where you're taking notes on Chapter 11 in social studies about the Patriots and the Loyalists. Don't forget that we're thinking about perspectives during this time, the Loyalist perspective versus the Patriots perspective, and then we're summarizing our thoughts there, which is great because by the end of the week you will be writing a summary about who are the Patriots and who are the Loyalists, and there will be a separate summary paragraph for each one of those groups of people. So again, it can get confusing because you are looking at this note sheet for both social studies and science. When you go to, when you get to social studies, let's look, it says, let's begin the Road to the Revolution project. You're working at your own pace. So if you have not yet looked at the directions like I had given you yesterday, you're going to look at the video directions, plus you're looking at the directions on the PDF. Please do not skip either of these because they're so important into explaining what to do. Now, it is going to get a little tricky this week, especially because you are overlapping Chapter 10 in social studies, and in Reading Core, you're doing Chapter 11, who are the Loyalists and the Patriots, for your Wonder Bubble. So just like we did in class, boys and girls, remember how social studies and Reading Core blend together, and it's happening right now. So in order for you to complete the Road to the Revolution project, you need to complete that note-taking for the Wonder Bubble in Chapter 11 for Reading Core, and then social studies, you're going to be working on completing and finishing up your notes for Chapter 10, all using that exact same Cornell notes that you have found in either folder, in your reading folder or your social studies folder. While you're finishing up Chapter 10 notes, remember Chapter 10 notes is that first page of notes, Chapter 11 is the second page, and actually the second and the third page, and then oh, I'm sorry, this should be the Chapter 12 here, taking notes on that Chapter 12. So as you're working through that, just want you to be aware of where you find those notes so that doesn't get too confusing for you. The other things, you're going to continue to work on your real-time journal, uploading those journals 3 times a week. And we're going to continue on with Woods Rudder, reading Chapter 6 today. And you can just click here for the quick link if you want to listen to it. Otherwise, you should have already downloaded the PDF for Woods Runner, and you are going to be I'll have to change this right here, excuse me. That should say the discussion thread, but you're answering the new question because we're going to meet a new character in chapter 6. So I want you to tell me about that character in the discussion thread that's posted in Schoology. We already talked about social studies and science today. We will be meeting and going over our data and observations for the virtual experiment, pulling your weight. And lastly, the Flipgrid for today is when is the last time you laughed really hard, and what was it that made you laugh so hard? I can't wait to hear your stories. The face-to-face meeting schedule is posted, but also office hours are from 10:30 to 11:30. The live lesson today again is on the science observations. The code is always the same. Don't forget those announcements. I kept those there from yesterday about office hours and joining that, about our live WebEx meetings that are not optional. Please be there. That's your attendance. And don't forget about that time spent on schoolwork should be approximately around 2 hours and 20 minutes a day. Of course, that's going to be flexible for different people, but should be approximately around that amount of time. And that's all I have for today. Enjoy your day. We'll see you at 1.